It's happening. There has been so much talk today about Giannis Antetokounmpo joining the New York Knicks, as recent reports have revealed the Knicks are the team that Giannis Antetokounmpo will be going to, and there's a lot of questions about how Giannis is going to get here, what exactly the Knicks see in a fit with Giannis, who is going to stay, who is going to go, when this is going to happen, and we have a bunch of answers to those questions already, as one thing is very clear. Giannis Antetokounmpo is intending on making his way to the New York Knicks. What is life, man? How did we get here? It was not that long ago that the New York Knicks were one of the biggest punchlines among NBA fans, and now they have the NBA absolutely trembling, as not only do they have a duo of Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns, one of the best guard big man duos in the NBA, maybe the best, but that just got a lot better because they will have the best trio in the NBA in a very, very, very long time, with two MVP candidates and one man who is any given year All-NBA second team and is a reigning All-Star starter. So be three All-Star starters on the Knicks, and one thing's for sure, we are witnessing this all go down. Guys, if you are part of that 56% that is not subscribed to Knicks Digest, make sure to subscribe for daily New York Knicks updates. But let's jump into it. There's a lot to talk about with the Knicks right now, man, because look, obviously, there has been a lot surrounding Giannis as it came out the Knicks want Giannis. Giannis wants to be a Knick. This is an unbelievable day as this has happened late in preseason. The NBA season is just around the corner, and the New York Knicks now find themselves hunting for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And now, it's not necessarily being said this is going to happen today, tomorrow. But it's going to happen, and there's been a lot of talk about when it's going to happen and how this has all gone down. Look, as we know, Shams Charania revealed that New York emerged as the only team Giannis Antetokounmpo desired out of Milwaukee in the offseason, and the Knicks and Bucks engaged in talks for a window of time. Now, Ian Begley revealed some more news on this, saying, as was the case over the summer, Giannis Antetokounmpo would need the Bucks to work with him on a trade destination or to make things uncomfortable and force his way out of Milwaukee in order to end up in New York. Antetokounmpo has said many times that he wants to compete for a title. The Knicks believe that doing so in NY is something that appeals to Giannis. That is one reason why New York is a desired destination for Giannis. And going deeper into all of this, it was also mentioned that Giannis Antetokounmpo could officially request a trade during the season. If the Bucks do not show they are a true title contender, according to Shams, Milwaukee stakeholders reportedly know that this is their make or break season, with Giannis staying past 2025-26, according to Evan Sidery. Now, Giannis is absolutely everything you want out of an NBA superstar. Putting up 30 points per game, 12 rebounds and 6.5 assists, getting a block, getting a steal per night, shooting 60% from the field. Giannis is dangerous, man. He is as good as anyone in the NBA. Any given year, he can win the MVP, but he has been carrying the Bucks since they won the title. They have just been unable to be an effective unit ever since then. They traded for Damian Lillard. That didn't work. They now have this situation where they waived Damian Lillard, forfeiting $113 million in order to sign Miles Turner, a deal to hopefully keep Giannis around. But there's a lot of questioning surrounding how much that's actually going to work and how long Turner is actually going to be a Buck, because he's not going to stay if Giannis isn't there. Now, as Tommy Beer mentioned, these are the future draft picks the Knicks can include in a trade. Future first-rounders are 2026 first-round draft pick from Washington, top 8 protected. If the pick does not convey in 2026, then Washington will instead convey its 2026 second-round pick and 2027 second-round pick to New York, so albeit not that valuable with a terrible Washington Wizards team. First-round swaps, 2026 first-round pick swap, 2030 first-round pick swap, 2032 first-round pick swap, and second-rounders, a 2026 second-round pick from Orlando, Detroit, or Milwaukee, the least favorable, a 2027 second-round pick they own, 2027 second-round pick from either OKC, Houston, Indiana, and or Miami, second or third most favorable. It's very complicated. A 2028 second-round pick from Boston, a 2028 second-round pick from Indiana or Phoenix, the less favorable one, and a 2032 second-round pick that the Knicks own. These are the assets they could trade away. Now, the thing is, that 2032 pick swap looks fairly valuable because the Knicks, their stars are all going to be old by then. It's not going to be the same core, and the Knicks will likely be pretty terrible because they've sold all their assets away to try to win an NBA Finals. With that in mind, there is more to consider as well when we go into all this. I mean, Look, as Sham said, the only place Giannis wanted outside of Milwaukee was the Knicks. The Bucks and the Knicks talked in August. The Bucks sources said the Knicks didn't make a viable offer, and New York said the Bucks weren't serious about trade talks. So both sides had their own arguments here. It's expected Giannis will keep his option open depending on how the Bucks start the year, and his peak leverage comes in summer of 2026. So there's a lot considering this. Kendrick Perkins says we will not see Giannis in a Bucks uniform at the end of this season, believing that he will get traded in the near future, whether it's to New York or not. And we saw an argument that the Phoenix Suns could land Karl-Anthony Towns as their dream acquisition in this trade talk if the Knicks ultimately were to move Cat for Giannis. And here's what they said. It's been 11 years since Devin Booker and Karl-Anthony Towns were teammates at Kentucky, although the Phoenix Suns should be interested in a reunion now. The Suns could be the third team in a hypothetical Giannis to New York trade. See the Knicks side with Towns. They did a whole article on it. With Towns headed to Phoenix and young talent like Jalen Green, Ryan Dunn, Kamen Malawach, and or Mark Williams and picks going to the Milwaukee Bucks, a team with Booker, Towns, Dylan Brooks, Grayson Allen, Royce O'Neal, and whatever is left over, would at least be competitive in the West. But that's the thing. Do you really think the Knicks want to trade Karl-Anthony Towns? It's been made very clear the Knicks want to acquire Giannis to put Jalen Brunson, Towns, and Giannis together. The Knicks have spent very little money on an elite bench unit that they can trade away some of their core players and still have enough left over to have a solid enough bench when you have the best big three in the NBA to go out there and win an NBA title. So we look at all this, it all makes sense. And SNY talked a lot about this from Ian Begley saying, a source confirmed to SNY insider Ian Begley that the Knicks and Bucks had cursory talks about an Antetokounmpo deal in August. The talks did not reach an advanced level. Begley reports that winning a title in New York appeals to Giannis and would be one reason why he sees the team as a destination. The Knicks and many other teams have monitored Antetokounmpo's situation and will continue to do so. The majority of the discussions this summer between the Knicks and Bucks took place after the Knicks and Mikal Bridges agreed to an extension. Now, due to the extension, Bridges was unable to be traded and can't be dealt until February 1st, 2026. As was the case over the summer, Antetokounmpo would need the Bucks to work with him on a trade destination in order to wind up in New York, another route. The two-time MVP can make things uncomfortable by forcing his way out of Milwaukee. He could use his pending contract extension that he's eligible for in October of 26 to dissuade other teams from trading for him, basically doing what Mikal did to get to the Knicks. And Brian Windhorst also said, there has been an expectation for quite some time that Giannis' days in Milwaukee, one way or another, are numbered. Whether he was going to happen this year, whether it's going to happen potentially during the season, or whether it could happen next summer, it's going to likely happen. Here's the big thing about all this as well. Giannis can force his way to the Knicks because we saw Mikal Bridges do the same thing. Here's what Giannis does with his extension. His agent goes and tells 29 teams, including the Bucks, the only team not being included here is the Knicks, saying, Giannis will not be signing an extension with you. When it's all said and done, what's going to happen is he is going to leave for the Knicks regardless. He's not going to be happy to play for you. He doesn't intend on playing for you. And if you trade for him, he will immediately request the trade to the Knicks anyway and probably continue to make your life difficult. To where trading for Giannis, trading all those assets to get Giannis is probably not even going to be worth it at the end of the day. Are you still going to do it? And some teams, like the Toronto Raptors, when they traded for Kawhi, said, screw it. Let's win a championship, and they did. But it's a risk. A risk that they have to be very, very wary of taking. One that I don't think a lot of teams are going to take. And I do think that Giannis is going to force his way to the Knicks. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day. Go Knicks.